I will introduce myself. My name is Victorino Moreno Trejo, and I'm a member of the Team 6. My topic is about the custom of tea in England, his history, its day-a-day, and his derivatives. I would like to introduce the topic of the class about the tea culture in the United Kingdom. What is the origin of the tea according to the history? It's so common in everyday life around the world. The tea can be made from different plants and using various techniques. But where and how did it originate? It's fine over here and celebrating International Tea Day. For millennium, the tea was a medicinal beverage obtained of boiling fresh leaves and water, but around the 3rd century, it became a everyday product in Chinese routine when its cultivation and processing began. The origin of tea is something quite simple because the Chinese custom, with many centuries of the history, but simple way is a remedy where uses the fresh leaves and boiled water where it was used. The relationship between the tea and England is that drinks arrived at Great Britain imported from China in the 18th century, but it was not until the 19th century that the Duchess Beaufort made a tea time fashionable. Its popularity of the tea day still continues for a multitude of reasons, the depletion of teas and caffeine content obvious reasons, but some argue are more than that. It's a visual from the return of the English tradition of sorts. For the history of part, you can never get a cup of tea large enough or a book long to suit me from Charles Lewis. It's a consistent topic, but it's pretty quiet. The tea time is a quintessential British custom, of course, is the aristocrat. The aristocrat was always hungry around 4 or 5 in the afternoon. The dinner was usually served in the 8 o'clock and her home. It's a one day the Dockers say order a tray to tray bread and beer to the occasional cake. From then on, this snack became his favorite habit. After the Industrial Revolution, his tradition is not only become whispered, but it's also changed the time for 5 of the afternoon, so that the popularity could be as enjoyed the sophisticated practice. This practice evolution to the terminal recording of the time of the day. Example, the tea time is the literal meaning of the tea time refers to the moment regardless of the time consumption of his beverage. Sometimes it's in the 11 a.m., the 5 p.m., or we can consider it about the early morning tea, who was the tea that wakes you early and you can drink relaxing in the bed before starting your day. It also can be breakfast tea. In different beginning of the case, is accompanied by a snack. There we have the high tea or after dinner tea. In the British Isles, dinner is most important meal of the day. Many people eat so much of this food and they decide to have a cup of tea before going to sleep as a digestive. There we have afternoon tea, when the English refer to the afternoon tea. In the many ways they gather around the in the afternoon to enjoy the precious moment. And we'll have the last 5 o'clock tea. The 5 o'clock tea, in this case, this meeting will be at 5 in the afternoon. As previously mentioned, the tea was later enjoyed from 4 in the afternoon to later time, much more suited for the working class students. This is a topic of the tea in the history of England, more relative in the personification of a culture of the people who has free time to enjoy some ways to pass the time, honestly. It's not very complicated about the terminology or about what do you mean about these topics. It's more from exposition of more ways to enjoy the culture, to see what I do from this, and it's a good way to internalize about every region because the United Kingdom as Mexico have some relative participate of these customs for every region. Well, that's all my part. Thank you so much. And let me continue with my classmate.